Hey, this is Matt with Rapid Fitness. Today we're going to run through how to bench. These are all just training considerations, so there's nothing magical about a straight bar. You can use a hex bar for a neutral grip, you can use dumbbells, but this is just a general overview of what a bench press will look like. So for starters, the first thing that I always teach people is the setup. The setup on a bench press should be the same from rep to rep. So you'll see that in my setup, I'm able to pack my shoulders down and back. So if you do a banded pull apart, you'll feel what it's like to pull those shoulder blades together. And you're just going to try and keep those shoulder blades together throughout the entire course of the bench press. So when you bench press, it should look like your shoulders are down and back and your arms are moving. You don't see my shoulders coming up and going down. That's the safest place to put your shoulder. You have better leverages that way, and it actually allows you to just press more weight. The second thing is I try and get somebody's feet nice and tight underneath their body. So you'll see as I get my setup that I pack my shoulders way down deep into the bench. I swing one leg and then another underneath the bench to allow me to stay as tight as possible. When that bar comes down and touches my chest, I should be able to launch it off of my chest essentially. Because I'm so tight. If that bar comes down and crushes my body, I'll flatten out and I lose all those leverages I just talked about. So trying to keep your shoulders down and back, keep an arc in the back. Next thing is the bar path. You shouldn't have a bar path that travels straight up and down in a bench press. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but we do want some sort of an arc in the bench press. So in this view of the bench from the side, you can see the arc in my bench press. So I start over the shoulders, I lower it to my lower chest, about where the xiphoid process is, which is at the bottom of the sternum, and then I push it back over my shoulders. So that does create an arc. One thing that people ask a lot about is, do I have to arch so hard in the bench press? Absolutely not. The lower back does not need to have this huge archway. It's advantageous for power lifters or if you really want to increase your bench press. But I do think that everybody should have some sort of arch in their back, just a little bit, because that is going to come a little bit naturally from packing your shoulders. And that is by far the safest position to leave your shoulder in while you bench press. So leave those shoulders packed down and back. You don't have to have a huge arch, but have a little bit of one, and be pushing through your feet from bottom to top. Make sure that every rep is the exact same thing. That's how you get stronger, that's how you prevent injury, and you're trying to make it repeatable. So if you want to get stronger on a bench press, don't do something different from rep 1 to rep 5, because if you have practiced 1,000 really perfect repetitions, you're more than likely going to perform at a very high level when it comes time to test your 1 rep max. So if you train and your bench press repetitions are different from rep 1 to rep 2 to rep 3, when you test out, you're going to have a pretty awful test day, more than likely. So we try and iron everything out, and that's one thing my clients hear me say all the time is that everything is going to be as identical as possible from rep 1 to rep 2 to rep 3. Again, these are all just training considerations. One person may bench with their hands all the way in on the knurling. The next person may do pinkies on the rings. The next person might do pointer fingers on the rings. So again, these are just training considerations. Everybody is going to be a little bit different, and everybody will feel most powerful in a little bit different positions. That's just the basics of the bench press. There's going to be weaknesses that you have in the bench press. There's going to be strengths. This is just a general overview that I'll send to clients. So let me know what your questions are. We'll have different variations also uploaded to attack different weaknesses. Let us know your questions, comments, and we'll address them in the comment section below.